This is Ashley Hodge with the SicEm365 post-game call-in show. I'm joined by Catherine Williams. Hey, Catherine.
Hello.
Repeat guest. I can't. What game? Do you remember the game I had you last time?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. That's right.
Easy win.
Hey, it's great to have you again. Thank you for doing this. Yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about. A lot of action in the Big 12 today. But let's talk about the Baylor Bears. Big win for them.
Huge win.
67-64.
I think we're the most, the winningest program in the Big 12 SEC championship.
Yes, I think you're right.
So that was good.
Yeah, that is good because it's going away. So this is the last chapter of it. And the last one in the Farrell Center. Lots of laughs today. And, you know, it's a great performance by two of our three guards. LJ Cryer and Keontae George were huge in the second half. And LJ got it going in the first half. 24 for Keontae, 20 for LJ. Tough day for Adam Flagler from an offensive standpoint.
Crazy. He was like 1 for what?
1 for 11.
1 for 11.
Yeah. He did go 3 for 4 from the line. We really shot well from the free throw line.
Right,
that was big. We made our free throws when you needed to. 88%, 21 for 24. Only turned it over 8 times.
8 times. That was the second time in a row that we've
been
kept
under 10.
But yeah, good.
That's good. It's really good, and we're going to need that going forward. Did a good job on the glass, especially in the second half, especially on the offensive end. Grabbed 15 offensive rebounds. That was huge. Overall, just a great performance after falling behind 33-27 at the half. They score 40 in the second half, so that's big. That's the reason they won. And the Bears are now 16-5, and they're winners of 6 straight. And they go to Austin. We're watching the Texas Longhorns get beat by Tennessee right now in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
So big day in the Big 12. This is a call-in show. Call-in shows are always better with calls. 254-339-1122. We got your dad in the studio. We got Carol.
We got
Emery. We got Garrett. Any comments from you guys? You were here in the studio watching it. Garrett, what'd you think of the game today?
I mean, coming into this game, I really didn't think pound for pound Arkansas could hang with Baylor. So hats off. Eric Musselman, we know what kind of coach he is. And anytime you have the core youth, with Anthony Black and those guys, they're going to come out. And I was just kind of thinking that early on in the game, Bridges getting in foul trouble, Love getting in foul trouble, really kind of let Arkansas establish that rhythm. And then they kind of fed off of the fans. I mean, give hats off to the Arkansas faithful for showing up. Obviously, if you're a Baylor fan, you don't want to see that, but they did come out and they got behind their team, and that's what Baylor fans would want to do on a road environment themselves. So I think they just kind of did a really good job of riding the momentum. I think they did an excellent job down the stretch of kind of getting into the game with Baylor. But Keontae George, when the moment came, he stepped up. He put Baylor on his back, and I think that's what you expect. I mean, the way his strength at the basket is really remarkable. You put him on the line in clutch situations, and he takes care of it and kind of puts it to rest. Adam Flagler struggles. It's kind of concerning in a sense. He looked fatigued. I don't know really what's behind that. But he's definitely going to bounce back. But it's a good win. It's a good win for the conference, and it's a great way to lead into this game on Monday night with Texas.
Yeah, and Adam took great shots. I just think their length bothered us a lot.
Yeah.
That
was a concern going in, and it improved.
Counsel is really good for them.
Oh, gosh.
He's tough. He makes a lot of really off-balance, unorthodox shots.
Pretty shot, though.
Yeah. Good in the mid-range for sure. Yeah, it's a big win. And Musselman, he's a great coach, but he is totally unhinged. Sitting behind him, that guy is a psychotic coach. Like, he's just nuts. Like nothing I've seen in the Big 12 for sure. Yeah.
I would like to say something about Arkansas, as you mentioned, how present they were.
Yeah.
I love Baylor fans to be as loud as Arkansas. We were sandwiched. Somehow they had really good seats right next to us on both sides and in front of us, and that frustrates me a lot because I wish Baylor fans would, and they were loud.
Yeah. Yeah, they got there was a point in the first half when they made that big run.
Yeah, and it sounded like.
Yeah, they did the pig suey, and Baylor was 1 for 17 during that stretch. That was
Jalen. I think was out at the time.
Jalen's huge for this team. That's
MVP.
To be captain obvious. Yeah, like he was big down the stretch, and I also do want to point out Adam had a really big rebound.
That's what I. That was one of the
that was a man's rebound at the end of the game.
I want to give Adam praise because I think he's doing so many little things this season. I think he's our best guard defender right now. And he's making smart plays. He's kind of growing into the point guard position, and he's a really good kind of quiet leader.
Right.
I have so much respect for Adam.
And another winning play, too, that we need to mention is him hustling down court and then really selling that foul.
Yeah, yeah.
To get Mekhi Mitchell his 5th foul, I believe.
That was nice.
Was it Mekhi? Yeah, I get the twins mixed
Mikhail
up.
is the
Mikhail's the one that comes off the bench.
Yeah.
Mekhi is the one that starts. So that was huge.
That was huge.
They were very efficient, especially in the paint. They were almost 60%, and we were only 34% from 2-point shots. I felt like we were getting really good shots all game long.
Yeah,
They
I
just
did
weren't
too.
falling, you know. LJ just missed some shots that he normally makes, and Adam all day long was getting good looks, open looks. He just was missing them.
And how many went halfway down and came out?
Yeah, one of those days.
And then they had one clutch or one really good one for, that didn't go in for them. They had that have to
Council kind of went around the
Yeah.
rim at the end. Yeah, that was big. That was big. Great game. Again, it's a call-in show, 254-339-1122. Garrett, we have any calls in the hopper yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, please call in. We'd love to hear from you. This will be a short show if we don't have calls. Let's talk about some of the other Big 12 action. Did you all watch some of the early games?
I haven't, but I saw Kansas State, is winning.
Kansas
That's
State's
exciting
winning.
because, I am a closet Kansas State fan.
You
I
like
guess not
Tang?
really
Yeah.
that closet. Because when we went to the Big 12 championship or the tournament, that was a horrible experience, by the way. Kansas fans are awful.
Right.
And this program doesn't support any of the views of this person, I'm sure, but so don't blame them for my thoughts on Kansas because I think their fans are just disgusting. They're like the Texas fans of
Oh,
basketball.
I agree with you.
And but the Kansas State fans are like simpatico with us,
they're
they're
good.
very
Iowa State fans generally pretty.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on who you hang out with.
But you can't not root for Jerome Tang, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of
Except
like
when they're
family.
playing us,
Yeah,
so.
I mean, we don't want them to win the Big 12. Don't get me
No.
wrong, but Baylor's in an interesting position. Mike Miles, TCU loses today. Mike Miles got hurt.
Oh, no.
You guys were watching that. You said you thought it was a hyperextension, but it looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
Live.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he was coming down. Was it for a rebound? He was coming down for a rebound, and when he landed, his knee kind of went back. It was a scary situation.
Yeah.
And then that really kind of opened things up for Mississippi State. And then later on, it was about in the fourth quarter. TCU had another player go down and injure his wrist, so that kind of put them in the situation they were in. They're a really good team. You really hate to see injuries.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
He's so good, Miles.
Yeah, he's really. I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's a first-team All Big 12 player. His loss would be huge for them. They lose to Mississippi State at Mississippi State in overtime. They've got West Virginia on Tuesday and at Oklahoma State. Then they play Baylor a week from next Saturday. So if he have a hyperextended knee, that he could be out for that Baylor game. That's a home game for them.
We have a call.
Welcome to the SicEm365 post-game call-in show.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Just a couple thoughts I had. Once again, great job by the team with turnovers, just limiting turnovers, handling the ball well. I think we had 8 turnovers in the game. So continue the positive trend we've seen over the past 5 or 6 games with that. Second, Jalen Bridges, once again, showing how important he is to the team. I think he led the team in plus-minus with 13
Wow.
over the course of the game.
Yeah,
So, and
makes
it only
sense.
played, 20-some minutes with the fouls. And then last, free throw shooting. I mean, fantastic from the line. I think it's a couple games in a row. Now we've just played well that have really helped us win these close games when we haven't had great shots from the floor. The shots not fall quite the way we want to. So great win, and look forward to beating Texas on Monday.
Love it. Yeah, we got to shout out Flo Thamba. He made the 2 free throws at the end. He's 75% in Big 12 play.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
so he's doing great from the free throw line. And, making your free throws is really big. And, Adam missed one, but LJ made all of his 6 for 6. Keontae was 6 for 6. Those are the guys that shoot the most. Jalen Bridges missed the front end, but he made the second one, which was big. So, yeah, really good free throw shooting.
Yeah, the Arkansas fans next to me were saying they're a great free throw shooting team. And I was thinking, we are right now, but we're leading the Big 12. But I feel like we miss a lot, but we don't. So I'm just surprised
It
to hear
seems
that.
like we miss a lot of front end one-on-ones, but that it could be a perception
Yeah, I think
that's
it's just
not
a
accurate.
fan perception.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see. So just from an offensive standpoint, just Big 12 only, We're number one in offensive efficiency. We're number one in turnover percentage, not turning the ball over, which is interesting. We're number one in offensive rebounding percentage. We are number 3 in free throw percentage. So we're 77% from the line in conference play only. And we're also number 1 in steal percentage, which is kind of surprising. On the offensive end, not getting the ball stolen. We got another call. Welcome to the SicEm365 post-game call-in show. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm sorry, man. I didn't realize I was already on.
Yep, you're on.
Man, great win. Great win. I think, man, it looked like Adam was just sick, or I mean, some of his shots were like just complete miss in front of the rim. And I don't know. I felt bad for the guy because, man, he's such a leader of his team and such a great player. And it's hard to believe he was coming off the bench on our championship team as good as he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, just great props to the rest of the team. I mean, we weren't shooting well. We found the way to win, and that's what great teams do. The contributions from Jalen Bridges, Caleb Lohner, and Flo, and from Josh can't go unnoticed. Even though they weren't scoring a lot, they were really, really vital. Del Bonner got in, and he played hard. I mean, I'm really proud of the guys. I really am, and I can't say enough about them. And just, we know Adam will come back and be Adam, and probably get 20 points next game, and just the way that he plays. But it was great to see them gut out the win, just the way that they did it. That's the thing. You have to. 10 years ago, we wouldn't have done this, but now we're finding ways to win when we're really bad. So, I mean, when we're just not shooting great. So, I was really proud of them. Suck it, Suey. I hate the SEC, so anytime we put a win.
Great.
All right.
Hey,
all I gotta say.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate the thoughts.
I think 10 weeks ago we wouldn't have gutted that out. I think this team is finally learning how to stick through it. I mean, I think of those.
They've gotten tougher.
I think we're very battle tested at this point, which will only be a benefit in March.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we moved up to 84th in defensive efficiency. We were like 105 after that Texas Tech game. So with we've definitely made some strides defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say enough about how we're playing here these last 6 games, winning some really tough games. We got a really big one on Monday, and then we got 2 at home, and Texas Tech and Oklahoma both won today. Big wins for them. Oklahoma, man, they just clobbered Alabama.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year.
Very interesting game for them. Alabama comes in, what were they, second in the nation? Number 2. And so Oklahoma beats them 93-69, just takes them out to the woodshed.
That's crazy.
And really led from start to finish. I mean, just totally dominated them. So, congratulations to them. That was a big win for them, for their tournament hopes. And also West Virginia beating Auburn was a really big win for their tournament hopes as well. So West Virginia's won 3 of 4, so they're playing better. It's good stuff. Conference is really strong.
Yeah, I mean, there's no bottom. Like, I think Jay Billis said that last week. There's no bottom.
Right. Yeah.
And very loaded at the top.
No question. All right, we got another call, Garrett.
Yep.
You're on the SicEm365 post-game call-in show with Ashley Hodge and Catherine Williams.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, guys. It's Baylor Bigfoot. Double B's on the phone. First-time caller, but a long-time listener of my favorite post-game radio show on SicEm365 Radio. How you doing today, Ashley?
I'm doing great. It's good to hear from you. I know you've had trouble getting in past the call screeners in the past, but I told them to let you through this time. So I'm glad to have you on the call-in show. What'd you see? What were some of your?
That's why you're number 1 on my homies list this week.
What were some of your observations? What'd you like today, Baylor Bigfoot?
Well, one thing I liked, after a big win, you have to celebrate in the best way, which is going to Double R Burgers and getting the Bigfoot special. Fresh 100% USDA ground beef, sharp cheddar cheese, crispy bacon, and all of those Razorbacks we beat. Freshly cut vegetables on top, and now with new tangy Bigfoot sauce. It's a deal you have to try now. Well, actually, I'm going to say this. I think Keontae George needs to stay a few more seasons.
Yeah.
He's been good, but not great, and, he should stay till he's a senior and then go to the NBA. but I think he has a real future if he stays at Baylor for a long time.
You want him to use out his eligibility at Baylor, huh? Is that the plan?
Of course. Come on. I'm a Baylor fan, of course.
I don't think that's going to happen, but that's a great suggestion. I'm sure he'll take it to heart. Coming from you. What'd you think about all those Razorback fans having to leave the Farrell Center sad today? Did that warm your heart, Baylor Bigfoot?
Oh, he hung up.
Oh, okay, good. He said what he needed to say. I've never been to Double R Burgers. Have you been to Double R Burgers?
No, is he the owner?
Carol's been, yeah. No, I don't think he's the owner. I think he's just, I don't know why he promotes it. I don't think he has any financial interest in it at all. Maybe a friend of his, but I've heard it's pretty good. But, it's kind of a greasy spoon in it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Sounded good.
Yeah.
Made me hungry.
Yeah, maybe I'll go check it out. He's giving them enough free advertising. We need to get them to start paying their way here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other calls on the line? Let me see if I have any texts. Sometimes people text me and want to say things about the game. Let's see. Did you so just as far as like key moments in the game?
I thought Langston, that three he hit was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good call because there were some times in that second half where Arkansas got up 4, maybe even 5.
Yeah.
And it seems like we had an answer. Baylor had an answer every time that happened. And again, another guy I just want to call out for just how efficient he is Flo. You look at the stat sheet, it never blows you away. He only has 3 points, 3 for 4 from the free throw line is the only points he had, only 6 rebounds, did have a block, he had a steal, but 0 turnovers. And he does a really good job of handling the ball out on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And like doing that little, swing
today,
gate. Where he just gets the guard free and maybe gets enough contact to where the guard and Keontae came off a couple rub screens there where he got into the paint and made some shots in the second half. So that's a very valuable thing for Flo. That was good to see. Caleb, when he came in, he airballed the 3. I know he probably wants that one back, but I loved his activity on the glass. Like he's starting to play that role really well and play good defense and give us, good screens and be very active on the glass. And, obviously Dale just got in for a minute, took the 3, airballed it. That's a tough position to put him in. We'd love to see him kind of get his confidence back.
I don't really know what's going on with him. Why did he stop playing? I haven't.
I think it's mainly that Langston probably offers a little bit higher upside.
So it's just now that Langston's a little healthier.
Yeah.
You can tell he has trouble backpedaling and
Langston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, every day he's getting better, and I'm a huge Langston Love fan.
Oh yeah, he won us that. Well, key part of the Kansas win.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Jalen and Langston. I feel like.
Yeah.
And
for
LJ,
sure.
but
yeah, LJ got off to the great start, but and down the stretch, Langston made big plays.
And he's pretty good defensively for being hobbled.
Yep. Josh, he did a pretty good job on the glass, defensive glass, but he did have 2 turnovers. And just some tentative turnovers.
Right.
Like he had the travel where it should have been a dunk in the second half.
Yeah.
He did have a couple steals though. He's credited with 2 steals. So that's good.
Super excited about him.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. Our front court next year with Josh, Jonathan Chamwa-Chachua, and Eves Missy is going to be pretty tough.
Yeah.
We got another call?
Yep.
Garrett? All right. You are on the SicEm365 post-game show with Ashley Hodge and Catherine Williams. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Sean Urick. Can you hear me?
What's up, Sean? How you doing? Glad you called in.
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Are we live right now?
We are
Ashley?
live, yes.
Oh, that's exciting. So at the game, I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
So what is that deal called when the Arkansas fans start doing their deal where they put their hands up in the air and kind of wave them around and act a little bit funny?
Pig
What's
suey?
that called?
We call it pig suey, right?
I think so.
Well, were they saying woo pig suey, or were they just making a kind of a weird sound? Was that the actual woo pig suey?
Yeah,
I didn't
that's a
hear
good question.
Suey.
Yeah.
And we were surrounded by him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of exciting. And so my question for you is they would do it every few minutes, and it kind of got their fan base kind of juiced up, and
right.
It was kind of a neat college tradition type of thing.
Right.
It's kind of like being at an Aggies game or something. And so then with about maybe 10 minutes to go in the game, they did it. and I think they were ahead. And then, could you correct me if I'm wrong? I don't remember hearing it again. And it was weird because, like the last 5 minutes of the game were such an important time to try to win the game.
Right.
And they never brought it back. I didn't hear any chanting, and then at the very end, I thought, go ahead. I mean, I don't mean to dominate the conversation here.
Catherine,
Look, I just remember, like, on the last few free throws that we hit that were so clutch, they were quieter than they had been the whole game.
Right.
And again, I know this because I had these huge guys sitting next to me that took up all the space and right in my ear, so I wasn't hearing the boo on those clutch free throws. That was odd.
Yeah, but to your point, Sean, they're like front runners, aren't they? Is that what you're saying? That's the point you're trying to make. They're front runners.
We neutered the pigs, and the truth is that I think they were a little expecting the L there because they've had some tough losses this year in conference, and they saw that maybe they thought they were going to have 3,000 fans there instead of 1,000. Not real sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to point that out and see what you guys thought. I thought they really bring it early in the game at times when they cut into it and went up by 6 at the half.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they were pretty weak there in the second half.
I agree with you. They did play well. I got to give them their props. Mm-hmm. They've had some trouble on the road. I don't think they've won a game away from home. They've had some close losses. It kind of reminds me of Texas Tech in that regard. Just lots of close losses. But they did, they did play well today. I think Baylor got their best shot, but they walk away with the loss. I'm hearing some smoke that Eric Musselman might have an article coming out about him, some kind of scandal. I don't know any details. I've just been told that there's a scandal involving Eric Musselman. So if any Arkansas fans are listening to this, that's something to look forward to. I think one of the national basketball reporters has been working on a story, and it's going to be coming out pretty soon. So that should be exciting to pay attention. Man, we've got a lot of craziness in college basketball, haven't we? Chris Beard. There's some things going on with Mark Adams in Lubbock. There's all kinds of interesting things going around.
The original criminal himself, who we saw last game. I'm just kidding.
Bill Self.
Sorry, Kansas.
Don't forget about Bill Self and the 5
sorry.
level 1 violations, right? All right. Well, hey, thanks for the call, Sean. Appreciate it, and great hanging out with you pregame. You and Derek.
He's gone.
Yep. All right. Any other calls in the hopper? 254-339-1122. Let's talk about the other Big 12 games, just to run down these games and get any comments on the action. So we had Texas Tech beating LSU, big win for them. West Virginia, Auburn. You didn't see any of that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So that was kind of interesting. Eric Stevenson had a great game for them. He ends up with 31 points, but man, he did something at the end of the game. He goes to the free throw line. He makes the first free throw, and the second free throw, he kind of shoots it and he starts to back up and he goes, ball game. And it goes out.
Oh, God.
And then Auburn gets a chance to win or tie the game, put it into overtime with a 3. It's actually a pretty good look for them, but they missed the 3, so West Virginia survives. And they were up big, so they kind of, really didn't play well down the stretch, but they end up winning that game. And then the 2 games going on right now, Kansas State's blowing out Florida, and Tennessee is really taking it to Texas, 40-28.
I'm okay with that, man.
Yeah, 2 SEC teams. But I was happy about the Oklahoma.
I was too, because Alabama's,
They're a little cocky, but and also because Oklahoma winning, now that Baylor's beating them on the road, we want that to stay a quad 1 win, and it will, especially with them beating Oklahoma so decisively. So big win for them. Great day in the Big 12. We got some other great games tonight. We got Kansas, Kentucky, and then Ole Miss and Oklahoma State. And I think Oklahoma State was favored more than any other team in the Big 12 in that one. They're almost a 10-point favorite.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully the 2 Big 12 teams get it done there.
Yeah, I'd like to stick it to the SEC.
Yeah.
Except for Florida. Get it done.
Or you mean Texas and Tennessee?
Yeah, I'll let Florida.
You want Kansas State to beat Florida?
Yeah, no. Yeah. You mean I mean Tennessee.
Tennessee
right?
beating Texas. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So right now, I think the challenge as it stands currently is 5-2. I think if I'm right.
Yeah.
Or 4-2 maybe. Yeah, 4-2 with Baylor winning, and then if Kansas State wins, that'll be 5 wins. And then maybe 5-3 if Tennessee ends up beating Texas, and then you have the 2 nightcaps tonight. So it's a fun day. I love the Big 12 SEC Challenge. I'm going to miss it. Yeah. I kind of think it would be cool it's probably impossible logistically to do this, but to like go to one location and just play, games all day long.
That would be so awesome.
That would be fun.
That'd be
2 days.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. It'd be cool for Big 12 fans, to do that against like the Big 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's probably what's going to happen next is a Big 10, Big 12 challenge because of the Fox acquiring so much of the basketball rights. Yeah, it'd be pretty fun. Well, hey, thank you for doing this.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, great to have you.
Great to have the win. I was nervous.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about coming to a losing show.
I know. Losing sucks, but, we don't lose very many at home, but we have lost 2 this year at home.
It was a shock to the system.
I know, and they were both such close games against good teams, no question about it, that TCU and Kansas State are high-quality teams.
Purple power in the Big 12 this season, in all sports.
But you lose 2 games by 3 points, and certainly that TCU game especially, you controlled that game the whole game, and then they lead at the very end.
Oh, that one.
That was frustrating. But, life in the Big 12, most teams are going to have 3-game losing streaks, and not many teams are going to have 6-game winning streaks. And, one of those is against an SEC team, but still very impressive for the Bears to rattle off 6 in a row.
Right.
One of the hottest teams in America. And now they take the show on the road to Texas and get to try out the new Moody Center and get a chance to beat the Longhorns in Austin, as they've done so often in the last 5 or 6 years.
That's right.
So hopefully the Bears can get it done in Austin. And you've been listening to a SicEm365 post-game call-in show with Ashley Hodge and Catherine Williams. SicEm Bears.